back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It is officially the second time we're going to be working out of the garage. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing a couple things because, well, I love Chris. We have a dead BMW here. So that's in here for right now. So anyway, we have a couple things we're going to do today and tomorrow. And Alex is on his way here to help me out. Biggest things is the things right behind you. All right, so now obviously I told you guys no more carbon, but unfortunately we are going to have to continue to do some carbon work. All of this is pretty much got to be done in the next week or so. So Alex is going to help me cut out some of this stuff or for the lip kit itself and the side skirts, and yeah, hopefully that'll be good. So while Alex is on his way here, I'm going to start prepping this area because obviously this area is a little bit lower, or this area is a little bit lower than that area right there. So we're going to have to figure out a way to set this up. I don't know yet what I'm doing. And if all goes well, I can come back tomorrow. This piece can come out and we can get those two, the two lip kits, or the side skirts, I should say, ready to go. So let's get this all set up, ready for Alex, and then we'll touch base whether or not Alex is here or he is. All right, everybody, so I was able to kind of set this stuff up. I have some cardboard right here to kind of lift this piece up. Looks like the cardboard that's right here is just not attached to anything. So I'll adjust that real quick to there. I think that ultimately is the best location for that. Thank God that heater turned off at the right time. Anyway, I got a couple more cardboard pieces on the sides and everything like that. So now I have to lay down some epoxy. I have a pre-cut out piece of carbon, and I should have enough to kind of bring it across. I'm definitely going to be cutting off a lot of the carbon that's like here. I don't know if there's any other way to do it realistically. So yeah. The best thing about the shop, we can do multiple things at the same time. Thanks, Alex. Anyway, so while the epoxy's chilling and with this heater turning back on, hopefully that'll be finished much sooner than expected, because otherwise we're going to be here for a while. We're going to ceramic coat these wheels. So as I was doing the ceramic coating, I decided that this is pointless. I don't really see the purpose of ceramic coating on wheels.
I don't know. We did mine. We're gonna find out the difference.
Well, I did finish with one wheel, so we'll know what the difference really is. Like I get it. It's supposed to do something where it makes it slick and dirt, but these are daily driven wheels. I would have to ceramic coat them every 6 months.
It's not terrible.
Not even. Less. Most ceramic coatings only last you a certain amount of time, and a ceramic coating theoretically, it's really only meant, like, the best thing for a like the best ceramic coated car is one that doesn't see a lot of rain.
Oh.
So there's the downside.
You don't drive in the rain.
It's a daily driver.
Don't drive at all. Gas is $5 a gallon.
I shouldn't drive, to be honest with you. Anyway, but yeah, so that's why I said screw it. And
he did one.
I did one, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't think there's gonna be a difference, especially on something with this kind of spoke pattern.
I don't know. We're gonna find out though.
Yeah, we'll find out. I didn't really notice that much on my last wheels anyway, so.
I didn't either, but I did mine anyway, just to say I did it.
I don't know. I did mine. Most people can't say they did that.
I did it.
You did it only because, yeah. Anyway, so Alex and I are gonna sit here, brainstorm some ideas while we watch Epoxy. Dry. Well,
we figured out they fit.
Yeah, they definitely fit. However, we're obviously not on the car. This is
a test car.
Thank you, Chris, for leaving this test car here. It's worked out perfectly. But yeah, look at that. That's a nice. I actually like that a lot better than the stock wheel. Thank God. But that is such an OEM plus kind of thing. Guys, what is going on? It is officially Saturday, and as you guys can see, we are actually able to pull another car in here. To the left of you guys is the BMW, and obviously I have the TC in here, and with this wheel gap right here, obviously it's on jack stands. I was here yesterday, and I just ended up just basically pulling the car in, and I did some fitting up and finagling. So I guess we should take a step over to the other side, and we'll go from there. Now, obviously, we are on jack stands, and obviously this isn't the best fitment, but the wheel is on here, so that's the good news. Same thing goes up the front. I was able to put up the front wheel. Again, we have a crazy wheel gap right now, but that's going to be figured out. Now, I did, however, jack up the wheels, and by the time this thing started getting closer to the bumper, or to the fenders, the entire car started lifting off the jack stand. So theoretically right now, I can't really confirm what exactly I'll need. However, if you guys realize, this is really sunken in onto the wheel, and now there's a reason why. So now, yesterday, I was here and I was fitting them on, and I started to put the wheels on, and I was jacking it up, and I realized that thing had so much poke with the 20mm spacer that I decided to say, you know what, let me take it off. So that is what I did, and well, now it's running no spacer in the rear, and obviously we won't know how much of a spacer we'll need until we lower the car. I think realistically this year we won't need to add too much of a front spacer. I think it's going to be perfect fitment in the front. So there's that. So I guess the next thing to do is put the rear on the car, put the front on the car. I don't want to drop the front right away because I want to put, what do you call it? I want to do an oil change real quick, and obviously that's just going to be easier done with the car up in the air. So, yeah. I'm going to take off the spacer from the other side, and then we'll touch base when we put the rear end of the car down. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect idea of what we're going to be looking at, but it will give us an idea of whether or not we're going to need a spacer. So as I was about to put the car down, well, I should mention I did put the car down, and that's when I realized that my heat shield was the one thing that was rattling on my exhaust this entire time. I thought my exhaust was going bad. Turns out it was just this piece of metal only being held on by these two mounting locations here. Realistically, nothing else I can do about it, so hope to God I don't need it. So, yeah. That's out. Now that that's out, I'm going to put the car all the way down to the ground. The other thing is, because obviously it's been sitting in here overnight, the suspension has been taking a hell of a lot long to settle. So that there's that too. But I believe, looking at this wheel, looking at the other wheel, I think I will need some type of spacer. How big? I don't know if that 15mm spacer is going to cut it. Like shortness wise, I might need to go down to a 10. We'll see what happens. All I have is a 20. I have a 30, a 25, a 20, and a 15. I don't have a 10. So, yeah. Anyway, let's put the rear end down in the car, and I guess I'll do an oil change and touch base with you guys once the car's completely on the ground. So as you guys can see, the car didn't settle all the way down. I think that's just, again, because the car's been sitting up on the jack stands for so long. The car is still slowly but surely settling. So what I'm going to do is, while this is settling, I'm going to start doing an oil change, and I will touch base with you guys once it is completely all the way to the ground. Or on the ground, I should say. Well, as you can see, the TC is no longer behind me. I have an issue. and it's more like an issue for the garage. And we knew about this. We knew it was going to happen. So we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do so this doesn't continue to happen. When I pulled the car out of the garage, all of the mud that was right outside the garage door just kind of smushed, and I smushed into the mud, and I was able to pull out. But then as I was trying to pull back in, I hit frame, and I spun. So yeah, good news, the car isn't stuck. That's why the garage door is closed. But yeah, bad news. We're gonna need to figure that out. Otherwise, these cars are not gonna make it into the garage anymore. But yeah, interesting, very interesting. Maybe next time I won't do it when it's snowing outside. And I have 2 cars here because I left the TC here last night. So I have 2 cars here. They're both outside, and they both can't be outside overnight. So yeah, I guess I'm leaving the wife's Crosstrek here and taking my car home. By the way, I also forgot to torque down the lug nuts, so I gotta do that outside in the cold. Also, I don't know what the PSI is in the wheel. Should have checked that too. Anyway, it looks good. You guys have to wait till tomorrow to see it, but it looks good. All right, everybody. So it is officially the next day. Alex is here. It's a great shot of Alex. He's breaking the lug nuts loose. So yesterday I had to bring the car home simply because, well, I couldn't get back into the garage, and I'll put a video of or a picture of the mud that we had to just deal with to get this car back in here. But yeah, so we're gonna break these loose. It is rubbing, which we knew was gonna happen. We're gonna figure out where it's rubbing, and hopefully cut it off and go from there. But I guess I should show you guys what it looks like. So that's what we're dealing with. I would say that's pretty good fitment. Alex, what do you think?
I say the front is good.
I would say the front's good. The rear it's a little bit iffy, but that's only because there's no spacer in the rear, and I'm not sure how much of a spacer we want to go because of the bolt that holds the bumper in. I don't want to destroy my tires more than they will be. But yeah, that's a 20.
We got spacers.
Yeah, but that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get this car up in the air, and we'll go from there. So as you guys can see, we're kind of rubbing along this interior piece right here. We're gonna try to raise the car up a little bit just so it doesn't rub against the fender itself, but we're also probably gonna end up trimming some of this plastic piece with the Dremel just so we can take care of that. So yeah, but other than that, it looks good. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it was.
Oh, let me reset. I need a breaker board now. Alright, hold on.
Is that close enough? Let me
Yeet it right
fucking
to the wheels.
Kamehameha. Ready?
Yep.
What do you think? Have fun?
All this just for not to rub.
The only thing I can think of is take the Godspeed for now. Leave this one literally drenched in penetrating oil. If it's really that important. That's the only thing I really think of.
Realistically, these probably need to be rebuilt.
How important is it?
I mean, these are... Alright, so, update. Well, Alex is putting my wheel back on my car. Coilover would not adjust. The passenger side coilover is so seized that even taking it off and trying to stand on it to rotate the bottom, the adjustable portion of it, would not work. So there's that. So our other option was to Dremel out some of the fender. So that's what I ended up doing. I want to say I took about 1/2 inch of fender and another 1/2 inch of fender liner out of the car. So hopefully that's gonna stop the rubbing. It might still rub a little bit. It might rub a whole lot. We won't know until I drive.
It's definitely gonna rub less than when it started.
True, it should definitely rub less. I think the other thing is we're gonna still need to adjust the height eventually, simply because on angle and stuff like that, it does rub a little bit when wheel is turned, which I guess makes sense. So what I'm going to do, I have no idea. It might be new suspension time or replace.
Chris does have that scale.
Chris does have a scale suspension, but however, it is such a high spring rate. He says, for what I'm trying to use it for, it's just basically going to be too rough of a ride.
You remember riding in the scale though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same spring rate, essentially.
Yeah.
If you could do that, you could do the scale.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll buy the scale off of him. I don't like how his is backing off. The rear suspension is backing off. Like the nut is backing off. This thing is auto-focusing weird, so I'll change that setting. Anyway, so maybe what I'll do is I'll rebuild the passenger side coil. I mean, that's probably the cheapest option.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when we get to that point. Hopefully, I will know whether or not by Wednesday, whether or not I'll have to adjust suspension. And worst comes to worst, I order a new coil and I run snow tires for a couple weeks. But yeah, that's that. Anything to say?
Not really.
No?
No.
It sucks. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we won't have this issue, and hopefully it'll rub itself out. Exactly. So, all right, everybody. It's been a couple days since the last time we talked. It's been a little bit crazy. After jumbling outside the inside lip of the carbon fiber fenders, I basically killed a lot of the rubbing that I was experiencing. And I want to say I might rub here and there depending on how the car is leaning, going around a turn or something. And it rubs ever so minor. It's not really just eating any of the tires, so I think I'm good on that aspect of things. So I'm hoping that that is it for that kind of transition. Not sure what I'm going to do for the fitment. I might want to try to add a 5mm spacer. I might leave it the way it is. The rear, I'm probably going to add like a 5 to 10mm spacer. So we'll have to see what happens. It's probably not going to be done for the show on the 27th because there's so much to do, not a whole lot of time, and pretty much, yeah, just we all have to figure it out now. So, yeah. I think that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys like the wheels and you think the fitment's great, let me know in the comments below. I really like them. I like the fitment. And now it's just time to finish getting ready for the car show. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Later.